Welcome, this is Melinda Barlow, CZT, Certified Zen Tangle Teacher, and today's lesson is Cash Cash, the Tangle Pattern, Cash Cash, by Cindy C. Lee, and it's a grid pattern that I changed just a little bit. So if you want the grid pattern, you can go to tanglepatterns.com and look up Cash Cash and you can find it. I'm going to do it freehand on this tile. So I'm just going to start with an X so you can see that it could be a grid, and then I'm going to draw a line going both ways. So I have what I call my little asterisk, and we're going to come in on this, and I'm going to change my glasses so I can see. And now we have our little asterisk. So I'm going to start, and I'm just going to aura this space. And if you were in a grid, I imagine you would go, you would keep it right on that line. But since I'm not in a grid, I'm not. And then I'm going to skip a space and aura. Having a light touch with your pen. And we aura all the way around the just four sections, leaving a space in between. And I don't mind if my little auras are uneven, because I'm going to come back and do something with them. And now I'm going to make I don't know what I would call that. I'd call that a cursive E. And I'm just going to put that going around in my circle. And that's basically it. But I'm going to come back and I'm going to aura this little space here, because I like to embellish a little bit, and I just like how that looks. Now I'm going to just do another one. So I'm just going to freehand another asterisk. And since I made that space pretty darn little, I'm going to use that for my auras. I'm a little shaky there. But you know what? I think that gives your tangled character when you're a little shaky. This is very, very traditional Zen Tangle pattern because it repeats itself. Then I do my cursive E. Or my loop-de-loop. And then aura this space. I love the effect of aura-ing. I think it really gives it some beauty. And I'm going to put one more right in here. So we have our 4 spaces filled up. And now our loop. and the aura inside of here. Now, I'm going to add another tangle to this that when I was thinking about how I was going to do it, said it needs some kind of little background tangle. And since these are kind of free-flying, I decided that Indirella, I hadn't done that for a while, and I would do Indirella. So it starts out with I call these the Wi-Fi signals, and they start out little and they progressively get bigger, and then they start getting small again, and they just work themselves out, and they can go just about anywhere on your tangle that you want. I just love Indirella. And you can, they can just go about just anywhere. And I'm going to take, I think I'm going to take my green Prismacolor. It's a dark green, and I'm going to add some green down in here. Down in that space. And then I'm going to take my shading stump that I used with green before, moisten it, and I'm just going to color this space in here with my green. And I can also take and color my Indirellas just by picking up the color off of what I've done, so I can get my little Indirellas. Now I could actually change color here. That's what's kind of fun. I haven't done any Indirellas around here yet, so I'm not going to shade it out. And I believe I have a cool gray pencil that I'm going to use in here. But I'm going to put my Indirellas in before I shade blend those. Just so I can pick that color up and put them inside my little Indirellas. And one thing I like about Indirella is that they can nestle right in to each other. They have a great, you can just really get them to nestle in, and Cindy C. Lee, she loves grid tangles. She says they're the heart of Zentangle, and you know what? They really are. Even though I'm not a real grid tangler, I love to look at a grid tangle and see how I can make it a freehand tangle or change it. And I think that's what she was meaning by how you can take that and you can do a reticula or a fragment off of them. And I think I could really fill this up with Indirellas in here. Now, I would like to do something out on the border. So I'm going to take my pen and I'm just going to do something that's similar. So I'm just going to do a line and a dot, or a dash and a dot, all the way around. And there's other things that you can do, but I decided I'm just going to do a dash and a dot. to kind of contain my little cash and my Indirella. And there we have. Now I need to shade, and I'm going to take my shading stump and I'm going to moisten it. And it has a little green in it, but I'm going to pull out my gray. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do my, it's called Terracotta, this pencil is. And I've always been surprised at how much color comes out of your pen that's there. But look how fun that is. And we can keep doing our little Indirella. And come back the other direction. From your border. So there we have Cash with a touch of Indirella. And you can see, let me back out, and you can see all the ones that I've done. This one, I just did a square and I didn't do the third lines, but so it kind of has a butterfly or an insect kind of look to it. So, but there you have Cash with a little Indirella. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and tangle every day.